Hello everyone and welcome again to another tutorial here on my channel Cheerfuldev. I hope you are doing well, I hope you are having a beautiful week, and I hope you are enjoying and relaxing with your time. If not, I hope everything will be okay. So in this video here we are going to see another type of pixel stretch. In the previous episode we created something like this, as you can see here in the picture, and you can click the link on the top corner so you can see how we created it. And in this episode we are going to do a different approach into making another style using the pixel stretch. And this video here is inspired by another YouTuber that I will put here his name on the description. He did this great amazing job, and I thought I can recreate something like this, and we are going to add something cool to this one. So we will be creating something like this one here. So let me switch back here. We are going to be creating this effect here, and here I have already the picture that I will be using. So let's get started already. Let's go ahead and select our magic wand tool. So we will select our character here, and if you notice here with me in the top corner here, I'm using the Adobe Photoshop CC 2019, and there is a new feature here in Photoshop that will select a subject automatically in your picture. So in our case we have this plain picture here, and all we have is this girl here, right? So you click this select subject here. So when you click, you give it just a moment so it can select the whole character. As you can see, it did a good selection, but it is not clean. So I will select my quick selection tool here, and I will zoom in just a little bit so I can correct those area here. Of course you can use different technique to select your character, but for the sake of the tutorial I'm keeping this as simple as I can so we can do this faster. So here I will select these hands here, everything looks cool. I will select this area here, the hair looks perfect, everything's cool. Let me just deselect this area here, and I think this is good, but I still don't like how it looks. So I will click this selected mask here so we can hide other areas. So I will select my brush tool here, and I will just draw in this area here. So we will have something clean like this. As you can see here, I'm cleaning some areas here just to have this clean hair and stuff like this, so we can use the picture better, and that looks cool. And I need to bring back this area here, so I will click OK, and I will go back here and I will select this area here so we don't miss anything. And right now I don't need this shadow, but I will be using this shadow later, guys, so I will show you how later. Now I will click on my mask here, so I will mask the character, and as you can see we have a clean selection of our character here. Now I will hit Command N or Control N on your PC, and you create a document. It should be a square document. So I have here 1000 by 1000. I hit create, and here we have our document. I will select my character here, and I will simply drag it here inside my new document here. And what I'm going to do is to right click here and convert this to a smart object. Why we need to do this? Because if we need let's say to add anything or to edit anything on this layer here, we can just double click here and we can modify anything we want, save it, and get back to our document, and we will have it saved here. Now let's try to create the pixel stretch. As in the last episode what we did, let me just select a single column here, marquee tool, thank you. In the last episode we did something like this. We pick a column here, and we need the column to be selecting everything from our picture, but in our case we have the hand here, this leg here, so we don't have one single column full of pixels, right? We need to create an effect. So what I'm going to do, I will hit Command D or Control D on your PC. I will zoom in a little bit just like this, and I will select my pen tool, and here I will click on this finger here, and I will go with this side of her just like this, you will understand in a moment what I'm trying to do here is just that I'm trying to create a selection. So here I will click outside, and now I will go back and click and close my selection here. I will do a right click and make selection, a new selection, and hit OK. So we created a new selection here. I will select my model here, and I will Command C and Command Shift V so I can paste in place. Now I don't need this shape, I will delete it, and I will hide my character here. And as you can see, we have this side here, right? Sorry, I moved it. I will keep it in place. Now what I'm going to do is Command G and drag 1 pixel, and I will keep doing this process until I have something cool. Now what I'm doing, just Control G or Command G to duplicate the layer, and I move it 1 pixel aside. Now this, I have these whole pictures here. What I'm going to do is select all of them like this, and I will do a right click and merge those layers. Now we have all of them in one layer. I will duplicate this one, and I will move this just to this side like this. Command G again, move it just like this. Command G again. Now guys, that we have this selection here, I can easily select my single column selection here, marquee tool, and I can just go ahead in this area here and click once. I will of course merge those layers here before I copy, and now I will do Command C and Command Shift V to paste in place. Now I don't need this one, so I will delete it, and here I have the single column that I want. I will zoom out a little bit so you can see what I have here. And now what I'm going to do is to stretch this one here. So I will stretch it this way, and I will stretch it this way. I will hit OK so we can have it here, and I will do a right click and convert this into a smart object. And now we have the effect that we want. Now what I'm going to do is really easy, guys. I will select my layer here so we can have this effect. Let me show you here the effects I want to show you. Where is it? Let me just drag this one here so we can have this circle here, right? So what I'm going to do is to select my layer here that I created, my pixel stretch. I will go to filter, and I will choose this distort, and I will pick polar coordinate. Now with the polar coordinate, it will create a sphere based on our picture. So I'm selecting this one, and I will click OK. Here we have this sphere here, and now that looks really cool. But something that the YouTuber, I will put his name in the picture. I don't remember the name, but I will put his name on the video and in the description. He did something really cool to have a cool effect. As you can see here, we have this cool effect here, right? Now we don't have it here. What we are going to do is to duplicate our game object here. Now what I'm going to do, guys, it's really easy, guys. I will select the top one here that I created, so now I have two layers. I will do Command T or Control T. Photoshop will ask me that the smart filter applied to this layer will be turned off temporarily. Now what does it mean? It means that the filter will apply again when I do the transform that I want. I will click OK, and all I'm going to do is to rotate this one like this. I will hit OK, and you will see we have this effect now. Now we have two pictures or two smart objects with different style. I will turn this one into another smart object so I can resize them however I want. I will select both of them. I will hit the scaling one here like this, and what I want to do basically is just to scale both of them to make them in the size of my model here. So just like this, something like this. I think that looks cool. I will hit OK, and here I have this effect here. I like it. Now I will move it just so we can have it on the bottom of her leg, so it looks like it's standing on this one, right guys? So something just like this. This looks cool. Okay, I'm good with this one. So here the top area, it doesn't matter, we can correct it, or we can just select again and we can resize it to mix this area here. Now that we are good to go, what I'm going to do is to add mask to this one. Really easy, guys. I will add mask here. I will control and select my character here, and I will inverse this selection. And now all we are going to do is to hit the brush tool, and I will go ahead and hide this one here, because what I don't need is this area here, right? So I will go ahead and hide all this area here, so we can have the effects there. Now don't mind, I'm using a Wacom tablet, that's why I have some pressure here, but it's okay. I will select the other one. I will take care of this area too here as fast as I can. I'm trying to move faster so I don't waste your time, guys. Just like this. Now we don't have this area here, and we have this cool effect here, right? What I'm going to do right now is really easy, guys. All I'm going to do is to select my top corner here, and here this is the hand, right? And here we have this black area. So what I'm going to do is to increase the size of my brush tool, something like this, so I can use it better, and I will just drag in this area, something like this, so we can have this smooth effect. Let me command Z. I want just this area here to be like this, and now we have like this transition between the hand and the pants like this. That looks really cool, guys. Now we have some transparency in this area here. I will resize my brush tool. I will hit X on my keyboard to switch everything, and I will select the bottom one, and I will bring back all those details that I want here. Now that is really easy, guys. Just paint on this area here, so you can bring any detail that you need. For my case, I need this area here. We already having the effects that we want, but if you look closely here, we have those cool colors, right, guys? If you notice with me here, what I did easily is I added a lot of effects. Those effects, guys, I created them one by one. So as you can see here, without going and doing everything again from zero, let me just show you here what I did. We don't waste a lot of time. So here is the picture, and I did add all those effects here. Let me just hide them so you can see what I did. I will hide everything that I created here. So this is basically the same picture we had here, right? So this is basically the same picture. And now what I did is that I created a shadow here on my model, so I can have this shadow effect on this stretch pixel here. And I created this highlight here just to add this highlight to the characters. You can see here we created this one here, and then what I created is I just added a background just like this, so based on the color of my skin in the pants. So we have a background like this, and I created another one here in the bottom, so I can have this feeling, this transition between the background in the ground. And I did add this shadow here, so we can have like it standing on the ground. And I added this one here, so we can have these effects on the picture, so it looks like it's standing on in front of us. And I did add the same effects here to this one. And finally what I did I just added here a filter, and I moved this into an overlay with this gradient, so we can have this smooth effect to our picture. And this is basically how we created this one. And basically you can use the same process to create anything that you want. Let's say for example you want to create something like neon cat. As you can see, you know this cat, this little cute cat, and you can do a tail that looks like this. Really easy, guys, and do anything that you want basically using this pixel stretch technique. So I hope you did love this tutorial, guys. I hope you didn't find this tutorial easy to follow, and subscribe if you are new to this channel. Hit the like button if you do like what we do here, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode. See you guys.